Nothing gets me more wet than you subscribing to the channel. I don't know where that came from. Summer's coming to an end. I figured why not? And I'll be honest, I was going to say nothing gets me more wet than your mom, but I felt like that would be a little inappropriate. But you know what's completely appropriate? Going over how things are going in Destiny. Yes, we are going to, there's some interesting news. Some interesting, very interesting facts coming up here. Mr. Gaming Counselor here. What is up? Welcome to the Counselor's Office. Scholars! That's right. I'm enjoying the last moments before students and essentially, summer is over, school's back in session, and I am going to be tinkering at this year because, well, I got to move my priorities. I know I'm going to say this right now for the people out there. There was already people commenting like, where's the original content? You're reacting a lot. And yes, I am reacting quite a bit. We will be getting back to some original content. I totally have some brutally honest reviews. We'll be playing Battlefield and then doing a brutally honest review on that. It'll be one of the second time I've done like something outside of Destiny for a brutally honest review. And yes, we will be doing more Destiny brutally honest reviews. I'm still working on Edge. I'm edging myself. It's just that unbearable. At this point, I mean, it'd be beating a dead horse, but I don't care because I got some funny skits that I have already planned. I already ordered all kinds of different things for your beautiful faces. But let's just jump into what's going on in this week in Destiny, right? This week in Destiny. What is going on? Well, Solstice coming in. I will be doing a brutally honest review on that. I'm still just tinkering away at it. It's less of a, it's not going to be as like a guide, kind of like how I do of Arms Day. This is going to be more, it's going to be shorter and to the point, but I'm going to give it the actual brutally honest treatment where I put a little bit more effort into it. I probably shouldn't for time's sake, but screw it. We're going to ball. Warlock has apparently sucked ass. Hunters have been one-punching manning everything, which still are. Bungie doesn't know how to tune their game. Unironically, that we knew this, but it continues to be a thing that they try to nerf Hunter, and Grapple Hunter is still doing its magic. It's bullshit. Titan, actually, Bonk Hammer is back on the menu, and I've been enjoying it. It's probably one of the funnest builds so far, just going around. Yes, Concentration Slam, Prismatic still a thing, but Bonk Hammer, oh man, I missed you. But Warlock, I have not been a Warlock main for at least, an episode Heresy. I swapped over to Titan, and I have not really played Warlock this current content cycle. But I've heard that it has sucked ass. Warlocks and their space magic abilities. We're seeing some great usage of Warlock constructs, such as Child of Old Gods, Bleak Watcher, and Hellion, Arc Soul, Ionic Sentry, things that people have been using for the past year. The same builds. Yes, people, even before we had, Prismatic Buddies group hug, we had Bleak Watcher anyways with like Osmomancy builds, all that stuff. We've been using those, right? That was one of the few things that was strong about Stasis. We're planning to enable deeper build crafting with these constructs. Additionally, a few builds are starting to stand out, like the Prismatic build, leveraging Lightning Surge to effectively delete champions at a moment's notice, which means it's getting nerfed. So don't get used to, yes, you guys wanted something different beside, it's funny. People complain to Bungie that we like builds that aren't outside of the norms. And one of the big things is that grenade builds or turret builds have been the staple of Warlocks for the past year, and people wanted something fresh, something different. And so people were building into Lightning Surge. That's getting nerfed. No melee builds for you. No. Just be the little bitch in the back with your turrets. I hope they don't murder it for the people out there that enjoyed it. Because, someone who used to be a Warlock main, I understand the pain. While we're happy with how players are building into the above abilities, we're also seeing that feedback and working on a handful that aren't felt to be as potent. This limits variety in build crafting, and we're looking to address that. A few strand abilities don't shine as brightly as we wish. A handful of exotics need bug fixes, and we're aware that players desire more grenade-centric builds to feel more powerful endgame. And when they say grenade, they're not talking about like, you know, turret buddy. They mean actual grenades, which apparently just suck. Apparently, grenade builds are just non-existent. It's all melee-based at this point. While some of the above will take time to address, we're playing on tuning pass for Ashen Iron, also known as Major Update 9.10, coming in early September. We're still testing these changes and finalizing how everything should work, so some things may shift, but these are our first steps in helping Warlocks feel a bit more love for their space magic. Hunters, Titans, don't fret. We'll be back in the next few weeks to discuss more changes. Oh boy. I just don't nerf Bonkhammer, please, for the love of God. Don't burn. We just got it back. Bungie, we just got it back. Warlocks, Empowering Rift. Bungie really wants you to use Empowering Rift. Standing in Empowering Rift now generates grenade, melee, class ability, energy over time. Final Blows while Empowering Rift generates special and heavy ammo. They really want you to stop using healing rifts. Just stop. Stop it. Weave Walker. Sorry, Weave Walk. Exiting Weave Walk now grounds Woven Mail for you and your nearby allies. Its duration is relative to the time spent in Weave Walk. Increased horizontal movement on enter and exit. Increased fragment slots from 2 to 3. This was mostly ever used for like PvP. I think I haven't seen it really used that much. Like most people aren't even using Strand specifically. We'll see how this works. I mean, for PvE, giving Woven Mail is actually pretty nice, especially the fact that you can give it to your team for in-game. That might not be too bad. Weaver's Call. Strand, and Prismatic Aspect now generates Roosted Threadling progress when giving damage of any type. Nice. Threadling damage now returns class ability energy. Ooh. Works on all Threadling. Can we just increase Threadlings? Like, I still think Threadlings at endgame sucks ass. Like, Threadlings are so bad for actual endgame. Like, sure, I'm sure it feels great on your most generic portal activity, but when you're like level capped and all that stuff, it feels bad. Frost Pulse, Stasis Aspect, freezing enemies now generates class ability energy. Works on all stasis freezes while this aspect is equipped. Nice. Stasis getting some love. Pocket Singularity, Void and Prismatic now has 2 charges at base. Projectile lifetime increase from 1.1 to 2 seconds. Reduced detonation knockback on all players by 50%. Thank God. Nothing's more annoying than getting booped off the freaking map because you're being shot across. Exotics, Anoia, or as I call trash. Increased projectile damage at max range from 15 to 20%. Tune distance to damage curve to make maximum damage distance easier to identify. Increased projectile tracking by 40%. I'm glad it's getting a buff by 20% because like it's not worth it. Anytime I see someone running it and they just do nothing with their Helion, like, bro, you could have had any other exotic for like a turret buddy. Like, sure, like it's an option on solar only because Speaker Sight got nerfed and Boots Assembler wasn't working, and it feels like solar kind of doesn't have as many good options, so you kind of feel like pigeonholed into maybe using this. It's not bad for residual, but on Prismatic, you could just pretty much ride this off. Like, I would never use this exotic on Prismatic. On solar, maybe. I don't know. I feel like once they fix other exotics that aren't working like they should, this thing is just going to be obsolete. I think, I'm going to be honest, I think all the Edge of Fate exotics should have just been class aspects. Like, they're so bad. Why use a Strand exotic when you could just use the best Strand exotic, which is the class item? Why use a Nola when you can use 10 other classics, the class exotic item, Verity's Brow? What else? What else popping off? The Stasis Turret Buddy, Chest Piece. God, Railments. God, why do I forget it? It's from Revenant. That thing was just juiced as AF. Like, there's so many other exotics you could use that are just better. Starfire might actually be better now that it's working. We'll see how that turns out. I remember testing it. It was just garbage. Threadlings. Ooh. damn, you know, sometimes you just gotta read 20% against combatants. So it's even bosses too. It's just not, it's just, okay, 20%. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see how it does. Because this is just across the board. It's just not Warlocks. It's across the board. So Threadlings might be spicy. Who knows? Upcoming fixes. Starfire Protocol. Oh, okay, here we go. We've confirmed issues with Protocol not returning as much energy as expected. Yeah, it's useless. Crown of Tempest. We're investigating an issue where Crown of Tempest no longer grants stacks on multi-kills. We are aiming Renegades. Okay, cool. So it will actually work in Renegades. Rhymecoat Raiment. This is the exotic. That's the exotic. We're going to investigate an issue where Rhymecoat Raiment generated stasis crystals inconsistently and apply Devour when Feed the Void is active. We believe we're honing on a fix. And God, how many things did they break in this fucking this game? Boots of Assembler confirm an issue where Boots Assembler rounds won't work on teammates that enter the Warlock Rift. Wings of Sacred Dawn and investigation reports around Wings of Sacred Dawn. We've concluded that what? We've concluded when you have to investigate your own fucking team, like, guys, this don't work. Hey, oh yeah, you forgot? Oh, we told you to put that down. Yeah, yes, sorry. Guys, it's not a stealth nerf. It's just the fact that Bungie's team doesn't even communicate with each other. Like, even the team in Destiny doesn't even know how their fucking game works. Sorry, we missed that. It's just, yeah, it no longer reloads equipped weapons because it's problematic with single shot magazine weapons such as bows. Controverse holds. We've received reports that it doesn't return energy as expected, and after investigation, we believe this to be true, specifically with some combatants in the firing range only. We're looking to update the firing range combatants in a future update. Dude, the firing range is so inconsistent for testing shit. It is so it's like actively garbage. Like, you can't get like legit numbers. It's like a fun idea, but actually trying to test shit, it's like it's just pointless. Nezarec Sin. We saw reports of the generation buff no longer working during multi-kill streaks and believe this may have been resolved. Alongside the fix to the sprint bug, we'll keep an eye out on future updates. In the coming weeks, we're also planning on communicating more about the future of class fantasies. What is it to be a Warlock? What are some fantasies we're hitting up right now? Where do the classes need more work? We're excited to show you what else we're cooking. I don't know. Warlocks were the healers and they lost that. Titans were kind of like the defensive, like the bulky boy, the walls, and they kind of lost that. And hunters were kind of like the mobile ninjas, and they kind of lost that too. Now let's be honest, hunters just instead of becoming like the ninja, they're the everything guy. You want grapple 1-2 punch man? Fuck Titans. Hunters. You want the big DPS damage? Hunters. What Warlock? You want healing? Don't worry. Warlocks, you're out of the picture now. Hunters can do that too. Like, hunters are literally the bread and butter of Destiny, which is why I fucking hate them. But I will refuse to swap from Titan. But yeah, Hunter's literally the bread and butter. If you're a new player, just play Hunter. You're literally playing the best class in the game. There's no shadow of a doubt. Like, the chances that something breaks is going to be on Hunter. Crucible power rewards. Yeah, they fixed apparently it was all bugged and it wasn't dropping. Like, they changed it to where it's more rewarding, and then they broke it, and then they're supposed to fix it to where you're already 450. You should get tier 5 gear instead of getting nothing. Yeah, well, that's that for this. Like, obviously known issues. But there's one big thing that it caught my eye that is hilarious. Edge of Fate is already on discount. That's right. It's already on discount. It's $27.99 right now. It's less than a month, right? It's a bit earlier than usual. Bungie usually puts their expansion on a sale a month after launch, at least based on Steam data. The final shape. Yeah, that's the thing. The final shape, which being beyond, all went on discount a month after launch. Lightfall is the only exception, 2 months after launch. Yeah, but the thing is, It's not even Steam. It's PlayStation. That is so much. We're not even talking about Xbox. We're talking about Sony said, hold up. Wait a minute. Sony looked at Bungie and they're looking at each other like, your sales are ass this month. And Bungie's like,
what am I supposed to do for you?
Yeah, Bungie's like, what am I supposed to do for you? And Sony's like, all right, bet. We're discounting this shit on our store. 30% discount. That is hilarious. Damn. How shitty of a fucking expansion do you have to be that PlayStation is already throwing you out in the fire? Also might because Renegades is not that far away. Shut the F up. It's summer until the first drop of snow. I do not want to hear not far away, December, never speak again. Oh, they're upset because it's summer's almost over. I don't think that's like, I don't think that's a good enough excuse to drop something on sale. Like, guys, I don't know any other game that does that. According to the numbers people are posting here, it's one day earlier than the final shape and one day earlier than Beyond Light. Not that big a deal. Again, it is when it's PlayStation and not Steam. There's a huge difference. Final shape went on sale after a month too. Yes. On Steam, not PlayStation. I think it'll be on PS Plus November. That's when I'll play it. I still won't. Edge of Fate will be available on PS Plus in November. That's my guess. Yep, that's my boat. I've seen both subs be very unhappy with the expansion. 50-60% off is the mark I'm waiting for just to play the story. The only thing that interests me was the Remedy influence, but apparently those are quite minimal. After that, the exotic hand cannon seems cool, but I'm not paying more than 10 euros for that. I'll see you guys when they revert all the changes I didn't like and make content that's actually worth the money. They could still put through on number 2, but I highly doubt they'll ever do number 1, so I'm probably done with the series. But who knows? We could get D3 at some point. Damn, wish I waited. I did this for the very reason. Patient gamers rise up. Wait longer. You get the battle pass of your expansion purchase, and this battle pass expires early mid-September. Plus, this pass is kind of garbage unless you like slime mold covered arm. I think it makes you look like the Flood. I don't know. I kind of like it. If you shade it right, you look like the Flood, and I like Halo, so running around as a Flood guardian kind of makes me feel hype. I don't know. Just maybe me. But yes, it is literally just mold. Just FYI, which also went on sale 1 month after launch on PS. Oh, I don't think it has anything to do with player sentiment, but rather marketing and sales. This will definitely milk out the last few stragglers who are hesitant to pay full price. That's also true. For some more data, Beyond Light also had its first sale within a month, while both Final Shape and everyone's favorite Lightfall took 6 months for the first sale. Unfortunately, I can't find information about Shadowkeep or Forsaken, as both original versions have been removed from the page store. This comment should be on top to stop people saying this is very bad, which isn't. So many people want to compare Final Shape Peak to Edge of Fate and think it's signaling doom and gloom. No. You want to see doom and gloom? Just look at the player numbers. Look at the player numbers. After a month in this shit, it's already like, first off, you have the lowest player count in Destiny history. Like post Forsaken, hell, I think even Destiny 2 launch probably had more players than this. Let's be honest. Curse of Cyrus probably did too. Who knows? Maybe I'm being generous. Yeah, this is bad for an expansion. This is all you need data-wise to show that this shit is bad. But we'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. And I don't know. You let me know. Yeah, I got a source from Console Data. If you check a site called Dooku Deals, and you'll get historical data dating back to D1 if you know what you look for. Get your data and reason out there. They'll make the pitchforks go flaccid. I mean, this is your pitchforks right here. People are just not buying it. Now, if PlayStation current, that's the thing, is you're not going to see PlayStation sales. That like, you have to go through like Charlemagne or whatever bullshit to look at, see what people are buying. And seeing like a percentage of players. That's the shit that's interesting to me, is going through that and seeing what the difference is from console and Steam numbers and all that jazz. We'll have to wait and see that, but I do think it's pretty funny that that it's already 30%, but apparently that's normal. But I don't know if that is normal. Like, if you think about it, Final Shape did not meet financial expectations, and there were layoffs immediately afterwards. Like, even Witch Queen, like, I don't know. I thought Witch Queen was successful, but we never actually got confirmation for Bungie whether it was successful or not based on their metrics, especially since we know Lightfall was 45% off the mark, and it was the most bought and played expansion Destiny has ever had. Like, the numbers still have yet to been even Final Shape did not meet Lightfall numbers. So the fact that we don't even know how Witch Queen like performed based on like what metrics Bungie uses, it could have been a failure, which could indicate why it was on sale. It could be very possible. But, I mean, it sounds like it's also just a Sony situation if they just want to sell the shit and get it out there, which is really weird if that's the case. I do like the fact that we got some counterpoint information. You never know until you look at it. So here we go. Final Shape released June 4th, and then 4th of July, 25% off. Lightfall, 33%. I think this is important, though. 25, 20, 20. Lightfall was so bad, it was that I think there's some numbers here. Clearly didn't sell too well either, or would be on sale less than a month after its release on Steam. Or wouldn't be on sale less than a month. Okay, so it is actually worse. Using this logic, it sold better than Beyond Light and almost equal to the Final Shape, Beyond Light, Final Days, and for the record, Witch Queen Days. What are you talking about? No, it didn't. Sales were worse. It sold better than Beyond Light, almost equal to the Final Shape. No, it didn't. Edge of Fate, like we have I love people who are fondling the balls of Bungie. We literally have data to show that it was worse than those. Like, if you look at all the other numbers, like, oh man, people playing in the big number compared to the little baby number. Like, people are so fucking stupid. But yeah, I think it's very noticeable. Look at the numbers. 25, 20, 25%. Lightfall, 33%. Edge of Fate, 30%. I do think it absolutely does matter when it's very clear that the shittier expansions are sold for you get a bigger discount. I think that is very telling. A few thousand, it's not the most popular game in the world, but that's a massive understatement. Steam is not PlayStation, it has the biggest player base, and Steam makes discounts earlier and more frequent. Also, Sony owns Bungie, so a discount now is a sign that Sony doesn't trust Edge of Fate will sell. Final Shape went on sale 1 month after release as well. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything, though. Like, I would be more like the discount price matters more to me, and then the player count. A few thousand, it's not the most popular game in the world, but that's a massive understatement. Yeah, still number 46 on Steam at this moment, more than Helldivers 2. Yeah, but Helldivers 2 isn't as expansive as Destiny has been. Games like Fallout 76, Elder Scrolls are still getting regular updates years after they died with a fraction of the player base that Destiny has currently. It's not going anywhere. We'll see the end of Destiny when another FPS releases high quality coop content and an MMO-like style. Bethesda has more than one successful franchise, and they keep pumping out games that sell despite their quality. Bungie has multiple franchises as well, most of which we don't know because they all got canceled before they saw light of day. The one we do know about, Marathon, has been a total shit show since reveal for a multitude of reasons. It's clear Bungie has talented devs and artists, but they clearly can't outweigh the incompetence of leadership anymore. Same for Sony, more or less. Fallout 76, yeah, but Bungie is its own little thing. Destiny is still profitable, though. They may need to adjust accordingly, but I don't think the game is ending. Here's the deal. Destiny is not successful. It's surviving, not thriving. And they make a great point about Fallout and Elder Scrolls. I say Halo is a perfect example of a game that is not successful. It's just surviving. It's thriving. It's not thriving. It's surviving. But that causes issues. Like at some point when you have multiple games that are just surviving, especially when the fact that the big difference between Sony, Bungie, and comparing it to like Bethesda and their titles, they have multiple titles that are able to pull in revenue, and they can have some loss leaders. Bungie has nothing else. If they have a loss leader, it hurts the bottom dollar, which is why Sony's taking over. So this whole argument that, oh, it's not bad for Destiny, it is, because there's nothing else that's pulling in revenue for Bungie. So it ultimately kills Destiny, which is why you're seeing less content in Destiny right now. Even the expansion has shit for all content. The portal has shit for all content. Like, people don't realize that it is killing Destiny, maybe not by like it's flat out being unplugged, but it is actually killing more aspects of the game itself. And people are so fucking stupid and don't understand that. It's a little disingenuous to say right now that it is the same as before. Different scenario now, though. Sony owns Bungie and won't fuck about. Exactly. Sony ain't fucking around. And ultimately, it's Bungie digging their own grave. So I do find it interesting. I do find it funny that that we're already seeing less than a month. It's already on sale on PlayStation. We know that PlayStation's not fucking around. They're going to try to wring out as much cash as they can before they absorb Bungie. And you know what? I would do the same thing. Hell, once I saw the player numbers go like it's already half of what you had at launch, put it on sale. Fuck this. We need more money. And here's the deal. This is a perfect, like this week in Destiny, perfect announcement for you. Just wait. Just wait. We've already seen where the free stuff outweighs any of the expansion stuff. No one's playing the expansion stuff. It's just the free shit. So wait to buy Edge of Fate when it's on sale, like steep sale, and then Renegades. Just wait for it to be on sale. You only have to wait a month, so you're not waiting that long. If you can be patient, you're going to get a discount. And then you get to look at everyone else and say, you're fucking stupid. Patient gamers win. Like, you are not losing by just waiting. Anyways, here's your bonus video for this fine Thursday. I thought it was very interesting that this propped up, and it starts a different conversation than, and obviously we kind of bled from this week in Destiny, but I mean, it's stuff in Destiny is happening, so why not talk about it? But I will be streaming some Destiny. We definitely will be streaming some Destiny Rising because it looks exciting. It's fresh. I want to play out the story. I mean, if anything, we'll play for just the story, if anything. So that's in like what, 14 days or something like that. So we're gonna probably play some Battlefield this weekend too. So look forward to that. I thank you guys for your support. Shout out to our members. I've still got to add, I think, a new member. You know who you are. Thank you for your support. You are awesome. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think these numbers, do you think them dramatically, compared to the other discounts? Do you think this is a bad sign? And yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm all for getting counterpoints, looking at seeing what people are branding. And I'm really glad that there's a back and forth between people because it kind of highlights a lot of patterns that I didn't realize was a thing. Hoping it ends with Renegades and Destiny 3 comes out like 3 years from now. Man, don't we all feel that way right now? At this point, if the portal is all we get at this point, can Destiny 2, and let's move on to Destiny 3, baby. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Hit the like button and comment down below. Subscribe to the channel for more. As always, game out.
What am I supposed to do for you?
I'm